This morning is not going great. It's somehow only 10 a.m. and already several things have gone wrong. The first thing that is not ideal is that it is raining. And I have a lot of gardening projects that have to get done today because tomorrow I leave for a week to go to Paris because I have work. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. The weather does say it's going to stop raining this afternoon. I hope that's right because I don't have a lot of options here. And then the other thing that is not going according to plan is my bedroom chandelier, which you will notice has only one light bulb working. Basically, the chandelier, since I got it, this one has never worked yet. Theoretically, it should be possible to fix it, but it has not worked since I installed the chandelier. This one was working until this morning. It has been flickering on and off, and I had the bright idea of staying on a chair and trying to see what was going on with it. And since I tried to see what was going on with it and messed with it a little bit, it has completely stopped working altogether. So I'm not sure if this is something that I can figure out with a YouTube video, how to rewire it to get those other two prongs working, or if I'm going to need to wait until an electrically experienced person is in fact here to do that. Anyway, I am, while it's raining, going to take advantage of the time to get started on finishing the gold paint on the upstairs bedroom door. There it is. So basically I just need to tape again and then add this one little extra gold line like these doors have. So just right in here. And then also I'm gonna take the tape off of this window, which I think I'll film because it's so satisfying to do. Well, here's my second gold paint project, which is the trim of this window. And I'm gonna film taking the tape off. Oh, look at that. It is so satisfying. Yes. Oh, I'm very pleased with that. I've got the door taped and it's gold coat number 5 on this door. I've done 4 coats of gold on that part. And now, yep, it's gold paint time again. How did I do this before? I did 6 doors like this in the space of about a week. And I don't remember it like absorbing my entire life. And this time, it does feel like it's absorbing my entire life to do this one door. Tap, 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 tap. I love the gold paint, but I'm getting so bored of applying it. It's starting to look a lot more sunny outside, and I think it's stopped raining. Oh, things are looking up. This is much better. 3 coats later, the door has been finished. And now I'm going to head downstairs because I'm expecting a delivery very soon of the stuff that I bought from the antique store yesterday. So I also need to have a think about where I'm going to transplant the decorative grass that I'm removing from the back garden into somewhere along the drive, somewhere in the front garden, but I'm not really sure where I want it. So let's have a think about that while we wait for the delivery. Here is the grass that I've already pulled out of the back garden. So it doesn't have any soil in here or anything. It's just the plants. So I do need to get them in the ground before I leave, or I don't think that they will make it. I think I found a good spot. Right here, I've got at the other side of this little fence, there's some decorative grass of the same type already. So I'll do a matching patch, probably just right here. I'll see how much of it that uses up. This is going to be a vegetable garden as well. I'm going to leave a clear path into the barn right here. But like right in here, I'm thinking vegetable garden, and the decorative glass will nicely frame the vegetable area. my God, that was so much harder than I expected it to be. I am exhausted, but my little grass clump, blob, what would you call that of grass? A blob? Let's call it a blob. My blob of grass looks very nice with its matching blob of grass on the other side. And I found all these stones in the ground, which was part of why it was so difficult. So I've made a little border with those stones. I'm very happy with that. A good early afternoon's work. I am going inside for a much deserved cool drink and a sit down, but I think I might limit myself to like 30 minutes of a cool drink and sit down because it is now 2:30, and if I come back out at 3 and do a little bit of aerial, I'll have sunlight to shoot some aerial videos and give myself a little bit of a backlog for when I'm not here next week, which would be very reassuring. Hopefully I can find some energy for that. Yeah, sit down and break, and then some aerial, and then this evening I'll do some more inside type projects. Just as I walked out, the van from the antique store showed up, and I got my delivery. So let's take it up to the kitchen where the table's going to go, and I'll show you again the other things I bought in place. It's a little hard to imagine at the moment because the kitchen is such a mess right now. It is definitely mid-renovation, but the table's going to go over in this corner eventually, and it looks so nice with the light and the color of the floor. I'm so pleased with it. Very, very happy with this purchase. And then in my lovely little box, I got a coupon, which is French for the cutting that's like the end of the balls of cloth. So it's an odd size cutting. And I really, really like this. I think it's going to be gorgeous for cushions maybe. And I got this cloth, which I'm going to show you my plan for this one in just a minute. And my beautiful champagne flutes. Oh, I'm so glad that I got them. I love them. I love them. They're so pretty. Oh, I love this detail with the gold. It's so nice. The little pattern that's in the gold is so beautiful. And there's 7 of them, so that's a good number. It's not a huge number, but it's enough that it'll be good for groups. So I'm so pleased. Let's put it in the cabinet with the other glasses and see them all together. So I've got these antique glasses that I also got from the antique store. I have 4 more of these. I just only put 2 in the cabinet because I'm only using 2 at the minute. We've got just generic wine glasses. And now the champagne flutes are going to go in there too. Oh, they're so nice together. I love them. Well, my hope for the patterned white fabric, this one, is that I can use it to reupholster the bed in this blue bedroom that is my main focus at the moment, because the bed right now is this sort of 1970s fabric, which there was a major 70s moment in this house that is just hanging on for dear life. It wants to remain 70s. But what I'm hoping is that this fabric will be big enough, let's see, to reupholster. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. I'm just going to cover that picture frame for the moment. Oh, yeah, that's looking good. Oh, I really like it because I wanted something white or off-white to do the bed in here. And I wanted something that was a subtle pattern or a subtle texture, and this has a beautiful texture. And if we can imagine that with the wood frame, I think is going to be really beautiful. So that will be, oh, well, I think the house agrees with me because just as I said that, the windows opened and it's gorgeous and sunny outside. So I'll take that as a yes. Thank you for your opinion. And while I'm upstairs, I'm just going to quickly remove the tape from this door. Oh, yes. God, I love removing tape. Is that weird? Look at that beautiful straight line. Oh, I'm so happy with it. Oh, yes. Good job, me. Good job. project this evening, although I certainly won't finish it tonight because I am quickly getting very hungry and running out of energy. But I do want to get a head start on this last project, which is reupholstering the antique chair that I bought to go in the blue bedroom. I bought this chair secondhand from someone who was selling it for a very low price because the upholstery is a little bit in need of love, and also because there's this joint that's a little bit loose, but that's easy enough to glue, and I thought it would be great since it was low price to be my first upholstery project. I have never upholstered anything before, and I wanted to try something that I hope won't be too terribly difficult. This looks fairly straightforward, and it'll be great if it turns out well to go in the blue bedroom. I'm going to use a really beautiful fabric that I got in Paris to complement the colors of that room. Now I'm taking the old upholstery and setting it on top of my new fabric so that I can cut around it to make sure I have the right shape for the new upholstery pieces. I am making sure to leave some fabric around the edges though, so that I have a good margin for error, because there's probably going to be some error. I'm not gonna lie, the evening has slightly ground to a halt because there was a bottle of red wine that was open and I needed to finish it before I leave tomorrow. That was very important. It was anti-waste. It was, like we say in France, anti-gaspi. I was doing the ecologically responsible thing by drinking the rest of the wine. The downside is that now I am fairly tipsy and I definitely don't trust myself with the scary staple gun at this point. So I think we're going to have to leave the chair for the night and pick it up tomorrow morning. I do have until noon tomorrow before I have to leave. So hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday morning and I do have to leave this afternoon to go back to Paris to work. But before I do, I am trying to get the maximum done. And the day has started out very productively with an exciting delivery. It's the washing machine. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have a washing machine. It's so beautiful. Look at it. I love it. I'm so happy. Oh, it's been so complicated to sort out how to get clean clothes with no washing machine, especially when I don't have a car to go to a laundromat in town. So this is a godsend. I'm so excited to have a washing machine. I just can't wait. And then the next thing I'm going to buy is going to be a dishwasher, and then we're really going to be in business. Anyway, that's the excitement of the morning. But I still have about 2 hours before I need to start getting ready to leave. So in that 2 hours, I'm going to work on my chair upholstery project and just see how much I can get done. Day 2 of the chair upholstery. You can see I really cleaned up before I went to bed last night. We're ready to move on to the stapling part of things, and I am terrified. For some reason, staplers, and especially powerful staplers, strike fear into my heart. By the way, this is from gardening, not from Staples, so I haven't actually shot a staple yet. I'm kind of terrified, but it must be done. Nothing happened. There were no staples. I put staples in it. Maybe not correctly, but like I did. Okay, what is happening? I'd like to point out that there were no instructions that came with this gun. So it's not just that I'm ignoring the instructions, like there actually were not any. After a solid 15 minutes, I figured out that I had loaded the staples wrong. So I finally got to shoot staples, but then the pressure was wrong or not strong enough. So I got some staples like this, which I now have to remove. But finally, I've got them going in, not all the way, but most of the way, and enough to be covered by the trim that I have. So potentially that's acceptable. After I figured out how to use the staple gun properly, actually it was very easy. So I've already got the back on and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna need to, when I put on the trim, use the trim to just kind of hold down this little crease, but that's okay. The crease on the other side looks pretty good. I'm very proud of that one. But I'm already super happy with this fabric. So I've got a crowbar and I'm just gonna, because I should explain the crowbar. I do have a hammer, but the hammer's in the toolbox. The toolbox is in a cabinet and the toolbox is very heavy. But the crowbar was nice and handy and I'm just using it to tap in the staples that are sticking out a little bit. It works, don't judge me. If you think about it properly, a crowbar and a hammer are basically the same thing. The new fabric is all stapled on. And the next step will be to trim off the extra bits because I overcut just to make sure I had enough fabric. So I need to trim off these extra bits and then add on the trim that's going to cover the staples like this. But I am going to wait until I come back from Paris to do that. I have to leave for Paris in about an hour and I need to have some lunch and then quickly close up the house. So I think that the rest of this chair project is going to wait until I come back on Friday, which is, I want to just work on it. I want to work on it and finish it, and I can't. But it's only for a little less than a week, and I'll be back soon, and then I can really dig in and do a lot of extra work. Well, just a few hours later, I have arrived in Paris and I am off to start my week of rehearsals and shows here. But before I do that, I'm going to remind you guys to please take a minute to subscribe and to like videos. Those two things really, really help me out. They help other people find this channel. And I really appreciate it when you guys do that. So please do subscribe, please do like my videos. And with that, I will see you guys next time.